Oops. So, good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, wherever you are today. Because since we're running the presentation, so that's why the name of our webinar is Global Broadcast, because everyone from every country listen to this webinar. So maybe some places today are morning, some places are afternoon, or some places are evening. So today I am from London. Our time is 7 o'clock in the evening. It's 18th of September. So my webinar will be a special webinar today. As all of you know, or who doesn't know, tomorrow is a big day for us, but I will explain to you later on my presentation. Firstly, I want to say all of you, thank you so much for attending, because I know time is very precious. And I know maybe you are today after a long day or early morning, but you managed to get here and listen to me. And I am guarantee you that you will not lose nothing, because I will give you really valuable information. So this is me. Who doesn't know me? My name is Alena Pepina. Today I am manager of Global Transnet UK. Also, I am private investor, of course, SkyWay co-owner. And today I am here because I know I will give you value, because my responsibility is to let you know what is SkyWay Invest Group, what is SkyWay String Technology, what is there for you. The first time when I heard about the project was more than 3 years ago. On that time, I have, to be honest, I didn't know nothing about technologies. I didn't know nothing about financial world. But because really good friend of mine approached me and offered me this amazing project to be part of it, I didn't think about twice. Even I had no clue. But on that time, I didn't involve as fully as today. But last year, September, everything changed completely. So I realized I want to give back. So I want to give something unique to community, because whatever we do in SkyWay Invest Group and SkyWay String Technology will change everything, will change mankind. So it's my honor to be here and represent the company. So all of us, we have a dream, right? So we dream about something, we have a goals, what we want to achieve in our life. We achieve or not achieve them. But this person, Mr. Edwardovich Anatoly Unitsky, he had dream for 40 years. So 40 years ago, he see what other people didn't see it. He knew there needs to be some changes globally. So technology is transport technology, which is ecologically friendly and will change the world in anyhow. So a little bit briefly about Unitsky. Originally, he's from Belarus. Today, he have 2 grants from United Nations for development. He also have 2 awards of Ministry of Transport. He have 2 golden medals. He have more than 140 inventions, more than 100 patterns. He have a lot of achievements today. And I was actually going through to his website yesterday more deeply. And if you have a time, please go to his personal blog, which is www.munitsky.com. You can see from the, I think, 1978 till today, his achievements and how he got here today. It's amazing. But I will try to explain to you during the webinar what exactly it's all about. So, as I mentioned, today we are living in the world where technology change. So all these technologies, unfortunately, impact badly our environment. What I mean by that, when we are creating, not we, but the people who are creating new technologies, they need to have the factories. So factories, unfortunately, creates big air pollution. So whatever today we are breathing, we are eating, or drinking the water is polluted. It's the same with the cars. Of course, cars doesn't give as much pollution as factories, but it's big issue today globally. Obviously, population today every decades grow. The more people lives, the more people needs to use the transport, and all the cars, all the airplanes have a bad impact for our environment. Of course, bigger cities, a lot of people using this transport, so we are losing our time to be in a traffic, or just now I was coming to the office. It's rush hour, of course, and a lot of people wants to go home. So like platforms is packed. That's crazy. And of course, because we need to use the cars needs the oil. And also the water is really polluted. The all life, what's in the sea life, what living in the water, unfortunately dying. So basically, today there is a lot of challenge for us. And what is for us, why we need to care about? Because whatever we use today, it costs a lot of money. I agree with me. So every year there is price raising for transport what we use. Also, of course, the cars, petrol raising up. So there's a lot of issues also in money-wise. And we know today, or who doesn't know, there are coming new technologies. The recent one, already in London, we have the buses who doesn't use the fuel, so it's more using the energy. Of course, there is Tesla cars, there is driverless cars. The recent, if you heard about Elon Musk as well, creating technology which will be ecologically friendly and will be really fast. So in that case, we're not going to lose the time. There is taxi drivers in Dubai, and I believe from the Element 5, there was also flying cars. So this is our future, because how I look today, the phones what we're using today, or laptops, or iPads, or any gadget which been developed, what wasn't there for 10 years, because we see it's developed. And of course, in transportation will come the day when we're not going to use anymore the cars what we're using today, or the trains. So it will come. Not maybe when you are here, but for your kids, or when you're going to be much older. So they will be flying cars. But today, I'm not talking about the flying cars. I'm not talking about, I don't know, different technologies. I'm talking about really simple technology, which is built above the ground. We're not going to fly. There is currently already existing transport which have the speed. Oh, this is a bit wrong. Sorry, I think this is the wrong competitor analysis, but sorry for that. But let me explain to you. So there is magnetic levitation from Siemens, who created this technology for 60 years. Today, this transport exists in China. The transport can reach 600 kilometers per hour. Sorry about the mistake, 600 kilometers per hour, but it's really high cost to build this. So that's why the China can only afford it. There is Skytrain from Israel. Skytrain can reach a speed up to 240 kilometers per hour. It's as well really cost effective, so the price is not as high as magnetic levitation. And Hyperloop from the Elon Musk, that's the train who can gonna reach the speed up to 1,300 kilometers per hour. Of course, this Hyperloop is still having development, but the cost will be as well really high, 100 million per kilometers. And to give you a little bit information, existing transport, what we use today, costs from 35 to 40 million per kilometer. So in London, when you want to go to, let's say, to Scotland, you have to pay up to 100 pounds one way, which is so expensive. So can you imagine what you're going to pay for Hyperloop? Because Hyperloop will want to get their money back. So of course, for us, we need to pay big money for this luxury travel. So, SkyWay is transport. We are not really competitors with none of this because we have 4 technologies. As you see on the right side, we have Unibike. Unibike is created for fitness purposes or entertainment, and the speed we can reach up to 120 kilometers per hour. So this transport is really light and really compact. Also inside in a car, there is cycling motions. So also you can use for, as I mentioned, for fitness purposes. So this transport we can in place in a parks or in different attractions areas. The second transport type is urban skyway, Unibus. Unibus can be mounted or suspended. So it's designed for in cities, so up to 200 kilometers. As well, this transport is efficient with really low noise, safe and eco-friendly. This transport can reach up to 150 kilometers per hour. So basically, we can carry 25,000 passengers per hour. So in this case, the transport is going to go every 2 seconds. So we can, in a rush hour in London or India or China, bigger cities, metropolitan cities, people are not going to stand and wait next train. So we'll be really quickly carry. The most profitable for us is high-speed skyway. It can go to speed up to 500 kilometers per hour. As well, we can build any terrain. We can build later on even connect the continents and the continents. So basically, we can go and connect up to 100 kilometers. And the fourth one is cargo. Cargo can be as well be mounted and suspended. Is designed for different cooperative companies, so they can transfer items from one city to other city. And the speed what we can reach is from 150 kilometers per hour up to 500 kilometers per hour. So we can carry 200 million tons per year and more. So all this transport, skyway stream technology, is really cost effective. So we can cost effective, so it will cost from 3 to 8 million per kilometer. We can build any terrain. So we can build on a safari, we can build on a lakes, we can build in mountains, really hard reach areas. Of course, who never been in India, myself have never been in India, but we have people who've been in India and they 100% saying that India's infrastructure is really weak, not just for the passengers, but also for the cargo. And India is really interested, and already there's a lot of talks how they can implement this technology in India. The first time when India heard about our SkyWay string technology was Berlin last year in our Trans. Since then, there have been a lot of talks, a lot of different delegations was coming to Belarus to meet Mr. Unitsky. So India, and latest news last week, Indian government and Belarus officials, also President Lukashenko, they was holding a really important meeting about SkyWay will improve infrastructure in this area. Australia heard first time about the technology 2015. The person who's fully on knowledge this transport innovative was really skeptical. Himself is Mr. Rod Hook. Rod Hook is already been involving in different infrastructure to build Australia Adeline. So he built 9 bridges. So that was his responsibility. So today he sees this technology as innovative, and there is already on place 3 pilot projects. One of them will be connect the Flinders University with a campus. Also, the biggest engineer company is aware and involved, Acorn and MBM company. And I also wanted to point out that last year, December, India, first time see our technology, Rod Hook was flying to Berlin and he was representing company for English speakers. So he explained a lot of people from technical side, because people who are from the engineer, they know how to explain this technology is and what we will do. So we're not talking today anymore with just with India or with Australia. We have already globally involved countries. For example, Philippines, as you know, today have a lot of different independent islands. So as they see SkyWay technology for them innovative, so they can build this technology, connect the islands, improve the infrastructure in Philippines. And Ethiopia today, for the they look also in the technology as innovative. And as you know, Africa have a lot of safari, so really hard to reach areas. So where existing transport can't build, or they don't have in a safari areas any transport. So they can build this technology also Ethiopia. So today, today we are in stage 9. So what happened all this period? So when the company started developed, when Unitsky started to start drawing his first trains, was back to 1978. So this was his first drawing when he started thinking about this technology. Then after years, he also started to create different drawings for different solar panels. Also, he was drawing that he wants to build this eco technopark, which I'm going to explain to you really soon. So eco technopark is for test purposes. So the first test, what he done was 2001, when he had a really big investor who helped him to raise the funds. He invested $1.5 million where he can start the first pilot tests. The test was really successful. As I was mentioning earlier, in his personal website, you can also see a lot of videos how this car was going up, and it didn't fell over, so everything was perfectly going smoothly. But unfortunately, on that time, I believe the oil industry was a big, massive thing. By someone, this test section being destroyed. And the person who helped him to raise the funds for this test section told him that that's not going to work. So again, Mr. Unitsky was kind of turned down, and he was facing the different challenges. But because he was doing and developing this project for such a long time, he never stopped. So he dreamed about, he see the vision, he knew that he can change the world for better way. So then come, which I'm going to go later on back to the next slides. But 2014, he managed to, find a way how he can build this eco technopark. So I'm going to show you now what happened. So how we get so far. So as you know, and I was mentioning, he was challenging with different obstacles. One big investor turned him down. And then he met 2014 Andrei Havrato. He really loved Mr. Unitsky project, and because Andrei Havrato background is really stable, so being involved in himself been involving in different businesses, he's been investing in different projects. So basically, he today is also on that time he's millionaire. So he had knowledge, and he was promising to Unitsky that I can help you. So instead of you to going big investors, going to hedge funds or different banks, I can give you idea how you can raise the funds for the eco technopark. So today, SkyWay Invest Group is main trademark of Rail SkyWay system. So through to us, we are raising funds, and at the same time, we are educate people about investment, about finance, and how to, make different portfolios. So Andrei Havrato created own academy, private investor, so where he gives this education. As you agree today, well, I'm sure I agree. Unfortunately, school system doesn't give us how we can create better income streams. We only know that we need to work hard and get our money. But through here, Andrei Havrato explains everything, how you can create them. So since then, we start using really new platform which called multi-level crowd investing. So multi-level crowd investing is when we involved not just one investor, we involved crowd to help raise the funds for eco technopark. Just going back to this slide, sorry for jumping, so going to this slide. So we need to raise the funds for eco technopark. So where Unitsky can implement all these 4 technologies: the high speed, the cargo, unibus, and unibike. So when they started to raise the money, 2014, they had enough raise it so they can start finding the land where they can build this test section. So this test section is in Belarus, Marina Gorka, and land was given by Belarusian President Lukashenko. So 2014, the land, they started, all building was starting, and end of 2014 there was already first anchor legs put up. So as you see, really quickly after a year, which is last year November, the first train was already put up and running, which is Unibike. And Unibus is up and running since this year, April. And from the latest news, already Unibus and Unibike, the rolling stock, going through the certification and well, certified, so the technology can be certified, so it's safe. The transport gonna reach the speed what it says, and it's gonna be stable. So today, through the people's help, we have already raised 55 million, where is 17% done to using this money. So what is there for you? Today you can see these EIPs in my slide. So people today can buy packages, which is education investment package, let's say for 100 units, which is equal to $1,000. Sorry, for 1,000 units equal with $1,000, can get in their portfolio pre-IPO equity shares for $115,000. What does it mean? So at the moment, of course, we haven't built anything. So this is, I would say, 3 years ago, there was high risks for me. But today, as I mentioned in previous slides, this technology already been improved by big engineer companies and transport ministers. So I can't say you is it's not going to happen. So when the companies start building the technology, start signing the contracts, one share will be for $1. So which is equal $115,000. Myself, when, as I mentioned again earlier, on that time, 3 years ago, I buy this package for $300, and in my portfolio is almost $2 million. So today, so later on, I'm going to explain you why it's happening, why it's like that. Let's say you are want to have 1.8 million equity in your portfolio, but you don't have $10,000. You can go ahead with $1,000 a month for 10 months installments, or even you can go with little amount of money for $50 a month. That's what I'm doing for my daughter, because I know that I can give her greatest gift for her life. When she's going to reach 18, she will be a co-owner of this technology, which will gonna happen. So what I want to say to you today, anyone can be part of this technology. I am your friends or your colleagues give you this opportunity, this access, how you can be a owner of this technology. When we're going back to the slides where was Hyperloop, where was flying cars, where was driverless cars, none of these people, I believe, didn't come to you and said you, oh, look, here is some great opportunity, would you want to be part of it? If you say someone come to you, then please come to me, because I would definitely be interested. Because myself, I realized that today we need to start think about our future. So I think about my daughter's future. So do you want to be also part of it? Tomorrow, as I mentioned, this is a special webinar. Tomorrow we are moving to stage 10. All these different packages, whatever you're gonna purchase, will drop for 40%. So what I mean by that, I put up the slide. So if you compare today, let's go again back to the 1,000 units. Today, for 1,000 units, you can get in your portfolio 115,000 pre-IPO equity. But tomorrow, well, there's going to be Wednesday, it will change. So it will be just 19,000. So the less money you're gonna pay, the less you're gonna get. So the more amount you're gonna pay, so the percentage not gonna change as much, but it's a big drop. So I was starting mentioning when 3.5 years ago I committed in the project. So I want to say that today I have a portfolio for 2 million, but personally, I couldn't afford it on that time. Only I could afford it 300. Because on that time, the stage 1 was really high risk. On that time, when the Armans approached me, there was nothing. There was just the technology development. There was no land. There was just digital pictures. But I did believe it, and I did want to go ahead. Today, you have not just pictures, you have already up and running technology, which is going to be certified by end of this month. We have already 17 plus countries involved who see this potential, this technology in their own country. So just the question is, do you want to be part of it? Do you want to be part of some part of the history? I think this is an amazing opportunity, which that's why I'm here today, because I know no one else come up to me and say to me, oh, this is. Business opportunities. But before I created this slide for business opportunities, but also I want to ask you today, because my dream is not what do you want. So my dream is I want more freedom. I want to more spend time with my family, with my friends. I want my own house. I want to have eat more healthier. I want to run. I want to explore a lot of things, because what I believe, rather now I work harder, and after 2 years I'm enjoying my life, or I could work the same what I worked before and have my retirement when it's, I think, 65 years. So I decided to take kind of different step in my life, because I wanted to be more free. I wanted to be more part of something big. And I put out also the slide about he's really popular writer about investments, about financial education. If you heard about him, his name is Robert Kiyosaki, and I mention everywhere this the quadrant, which is E, S, B, and I. If you doesn't know and you haven't read it, I would really recommend you to read this book. It's amazing. No, I'm a bit wrong. So he have rich dad and poor dad, and specific for quadrant will be the book Quadrant. So today, employees and self-employees are there like 95% people who are trading their time for the money. So what they're doing today, they go every day to the work. A lot of people I know today, sorry for saying, but they don't like their job. When I'm traveling in rush hour, I see a lot of people are not satisfied. They're really grumpy. They're not satisfied what they're doing today. And I know I have previously I've been involving in this industry. It's not like I didn't like the work. I did always like to be around the people, but I didn't see I give good value. And I knew I don't want to be person who works all the life and getting little amount of money. And it's not like I don't work today. I do work. Actually, work more than people who work from 9 till 5. I also work Sundays and Saturdays, but my work is different. So as I always explain, I work smarter, if that makes sense. Because I am developing myself, I want to be more free, and I want to be part of the next quadrant, which is a B and I. Even the B today, people who are in a business, they should, in my opinion, because I know everyone is different, they always should need to look for how else I can be having different income streams. Because today is nothing guaranteed. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow. So I always say, where's the word diversification, or never put one egg in one basket. So people who are in a business, they are so concentrating on only one thing, which is great, but most of the times they don't see other opportunities will come to them. Of course, opportunities coming there every single day. But are you ready for opportunity? And there's none. Are you not ready and there's a lot? So you need to prepare yourself. And this, I can guarantee you, this is the best what I've seen so far, the best opportunity whatever I've seen. I've been meeting different people who are involving in different latest, as all of you know, crypto world. Today really popular comes forex trading as well, but all of them are concentrating only one thing. And we should look more, we always need to go out from the box and see what else is there, what else I can do. So this can be one of your biggest opportunities, which will change your life and which change your kids' life or the next generations. Because with this transport technology, you're not just how to explain it, going to give benefit to yourself. If you're going to start talk, you're going to give your friend or your family members, and also because your financial help, it will be implemented faster. Because today we still need the funds. We still need to people who support us. We still need to people who are happy to do something new. So basically, I call them entrepreneurs who have open mind. They are ready. Have different challenges in their life, but at the same time they can go and be more financially free and also have more wealth. So what company today offers? Of course, you love the project and you see this technology happening. It will happen no how. We know that and we see that it happens. And some cases, people just naturally share this opportunity with some people who are in different businesses or different industry, work different hours, or different investors. This is for everyone. So, so what I want to say, so when you start talking to the people, you also can start earn money today. So what I mean by that, every person who you introduce with this opportunity, you earn the money. So you don't have to be ashamed because lately, not lately, but before that, when I didn't understand that, people say why, not like they didn't like the idea, but if for them felt weird why you could get the money from me if I involved as well. But it happened anywhere. When you go to the let's say hairdressing shop and you had amazing haircut, you would love to share this opportunity. But when you tell your friends, oh, this is amazing, Alena hairdresser, you can go to her. The person who I introduced, he would never give me something. Oh, maybe, actually, no, they do. And they do actually give the percentage. But we give up to 8% in the company if you, someone else enroll in this company. Today also you can earn, well, only for today and tomorrow, because when we go into stage 10, but before now we used to have, well, we still have, the percentage also from the company's IPO equity shares. Whatever person committed in a project, let's say again go back to 1,000 units, the person receive $115,000, you receive whatever is 2.5% as well in your portfolio. Today, our company, as I mentioned, they see this technology innovative, and they have also different contacts where they can start approaching bigger investors, bigger contracts. What I mean by that? So through the SkyWay Invest Group, multi-level crowd investing can enroll anyone, start from $5 up to $99,000. So they all go through the SkyWay Invest Group. So they are buying EIPs in the company, and after the months, the company issue you the contract, the certificate that you hold X amount equity in the company. But when coming the big contracts, when coming the big investors, of course, they're not going to go through the crowd investing. They will go from different contracts. They will be involved, different lawyers. Of course, they would love to go to Ecotechnopark, meet personally Anatoly Nitsky, because for them it will be $100,000 up to $1 million. And the person can earn up to 5%, whatever investment being made. But what I mean by 5%, there probably you will share this percent with different people who've been involved, to go that far. The project initiations. Lately, company been really strict for these three type of income streams. To order to start speaking with big investors, project initiation, you have to, you have to reach a certain level in the company. So once you build a network, you have structure, you know how to present the company. You need to achieve the level which is consultant or manager. So of course, then you know a lot more about the project, about the technology, who is behind. Basically, you know a lot. So you can go to the person who is responsible for different projects. So you can arrange meetings, or you can initiate these projects but today Mr. Unitsky not so desperate to have more projects. He have already 17 plus projects in his place. And of course, he will go for the project which are going to give him more profit. And company representative. So we have today a lot of people who are coming from different regions. For example, myself, I'm coming from Latvia. And once I achieve certain level in the company, and also I created the structure in the Latvia, also the company will be happy to open for me the office there. And I can work with all people who are in my country. But of course, company not going to open for me office because yes, I want to. I have to have the people. I have to have the leaders who also can help me to build the network. And whatever money coming through to Latvia, I can share with all directors who will be with me up to 6%. And the future, what everyone's waits, I wait, you wait, your friend or your colleagues, is IPO. So what I mean by that, when the company is for public, so basically the equity have the value. So as I mentioned earlier, the IPO can go up to $1 per one share. But of course, the more we build, the more share price go up. And dividends. Unitsky promised and signed a contract that when the company start creating the profit, every 20% quarterly will go back to investors. So whatever globally project will be up and running, from the cargo, from the high speed, from the unibike, from the unibus, you will receive the dividends for all your life, for you, for your mom, for your dad, for your kids. And you can also leave rights for the next generation. So I think this is something amazing and something unique what we can offer. So the only is you who will decide it. Do you want to be part of the company? So this is the marketing plan, as I mentioned earlier. So there's different levels how you can start earn money today. So what we can offer today. Anyone can start earning from day one. So once you start talking with your mom, with your dad, with your best friend, if they're listening to you, if they trust you, if they see this company is what it is, what I was showing to you, from day one you can start earn up to 8%. Of course, when you start telling about the project, you need to be as well having the portfolio in the company. So you wouldn't go and recommend, I don't know, the good shampoo to your friend if you haven't been used it. So it's the same here. If you have a portfolio in the company, you want to share with others. So of course, a person will ask you how much you have it. And from a latest, my personal experience, a lot of people aiming to get more what I have. So as I mentioned, I have almost 2 million. So I have people who want to get more than. So basically, they want to reach higher what I have. Of course, in the company, if you have been involving in different multi-level businesses, you are aware there is different levels, there's different rules in the company. Our company, there is no any rules. There's no any obligations. So basically, you can earn down to infinity. In the first line, like you had 100 or 1,000 people. Also, I didn't mention earlier, but there will be a lot of more different project development in the company. So SkyWay Invest Group being so successful, we raised $55 million just through the crowd, which is multi-level crowd investing. That's we gonna have a different projects after the Ecotechno Park will be funded. So they will never gonna be ending for SkyWay Invest Group. So once you build your structure in the company, you will earn also in your structure. Of course, we have a unique product. So as I said, I'm not selling you a bottle of the shampoo. I am showing you the access to be the co-owner of this technology. How beautiful is that? And anyone can enroll. Either the person is plus 90, or as my daughter says, well, my daughter is 3.5, but also once the person, little baby, have birth certificate, he can also be co-owner of the technology. Of course, there is certain no restrictions, but person needs to be responsible for this little person. So when I uploaded for my daughter all the documents, also I was proving that I'm her mother. So it's the same for you. So anyone can start be part of the company today. So the person who sent you on this webinar, I hope you understand what I'm talking about. So now you can go back to the person, ask him the link, because that's how company works. So a person who been contacting you, he was having, he was doing a good job. So he got interested with this project, and so he will send you this link, how the company works, and you're gonna register. Company is really strict with the verification process. So what I mean by that, we need to know you are the person who exists. So you need to upload your personal ID, proof of address, or some countries do accept driving license, or they have different restriction, but at least it proves that you are like Alena Pepina, so I exist. And of course, you need to upload your proof of address that you have a place where you live. So once you start telling about people about the project, is really important you know about the company inside out. You know that technology is elevated, is ecologically friendly. Today, we have more than 172 from 172 countries people involved. We know that Australia, India is fully involved in this project. So you need to talk and you need to know about the company. So the more you talk, how I was doing, the more you talk, the more you start knowing about the company. The same was for me. It's not like I was skeptical because I believed my friend, but there was always different questions coming back to me. Oh, this is the company, of course, is scam. But I knew the right place where I can look for right information. So I had my colleagues, myself also attended last year. Well, not last year. This year we have a big not celebration, big fest, Eco Fest, where was there more than 5,000 people all around the world who was also supporting the project. So I didn't really go in Google or search for the company in different pages. I was going to right people, asking the right questions. So that's how I learned. So through the meetings and presentations, you're going to be more able to answer different questions. We do have a lot of trainings, a lot of conference. One of the, as today you're listening, it's every Monday, 7 o'clock evening in London's time, we have webinar. And we have conferences globally. So one of the recent conferences globally was in Albania, also Malaysia, where my colleagues traveling all around and also give exactly what I do for you today. I will come back to you about conferences and learning, self-development every single day. I'm not saying you have to do this, but myself, I don't watch TV because, in my opinion, I believe I'm wasting my time. I'm rather reading the book, and maybe it's not a lot, but so far since July, I read 5 books. That's how I develop myself. So then you will be able to speak to people because when I started talking to the people, I was really scared. I didn't know what I need to tell. I didn't know what to speak. But since I know a lot of things about little bit, I am able to speak for everything. We need to take responsibility in the company. We need to make sure we are telling the right thing. If we doesn't know something, come back to your sponsor or come back to, we have created a lot of different groups in WhatsApp, in Skype, so I'll ask the questions. Please never tell, I don't know, don't make up something. And follow the system. As Armand's always telling for me, if you want to start and earn the money today, you have to do 5 presentations or 5 meetings per day. That's the only way how you can learn. And now I understand him. Because whatever I done today, how I talk with the people, I done not just because, well, I was reading, but because people was asking me certain questions. And that's how we learn. Because SkyWay Invest Group, in my opinion, is kind of a really complex project because a lot of people today, they don't understand what I'm talking about, financial education, transport. But once we are able to explain and put right words in the right sentence, it makes, clean, better understanding. So the best thing what I want to share with you today, if you're listening to me today from the London, are you listening to me from other side in the world, and you have person who lives in London, we have a 4th SkyWay Invest Group event. So when I was going through the slides, it's important to attend for events. So we have next upcoming event is this Saturday, 23rd of September, from 10 a.m. till 5:30 evening. It will be Holiday Inn hotel in Kensington. So what I want to say to you, so if you are not sure how to build a business or you still have some doubts, maybe I didn't kind of explain to you properly how and what technology will do, please come, because the events will give you a different picture. From my personal experience is, but that was a long time ago, is one guy, I actually approached him on a street, and I was, on that time, obviously, telling him, oh, this is the transport, and I kind of got him interested, and he said, okay, I'm going to do $50 per month. So he took the installments. And then was next upcoming event in our office. I said, oh, Lloyd, please come. So maybe I wasn't able to explain to you as much. So just come to the event, because there's going to be not just me, there's going to be a lot more people. And yeah, he did came, and then straight away after this event, he took another package for $100. So he had one package for $50, one package for $100. And now he was following up with different news in different groups, what we have. Also, I was, kind of giving him a call and updating. He also aware that the company will go to stage 10 10 o'clock in Moscow time evening. Now he's ready to take $1,000 per month. So what I want to say to you, of course, if the person say no, obviously leave him alone, because what I believe, we don't have to beg no one, or we don't have to convince no one. If the person is ready, he will come. If the person's not ready, well, he will come anyway. But yeah, I think the event is really good way how you can interest person more than anything else. And I was mentioning earlier, we had a big event this year in Berlin, where it was for first time was all the people who've been committed in the project could see up and running technology. Of course, I went myself. As you see in a picture, I am with Laura sitting in a Unibike. Not unfortunately, but we couldn't ride it because on that time technology wasn't still certified. So no one's wanted to, take the risk, and there was like 5,000 people, so no one's was riding there. Also, in the Eco Techno Park, there is created museum. Museum is basically is how to put that way. There's a lot of names and surnames, and if you see my one is there here because I was there from the beginning till this year, April. So there was special occasion for Unitsky for his birthday. He wanted to create this museum because the Skyway technology for him is like little baby. So he is, I believe, well, I can see, well, he didn't tell me, but I know that he is so thankful for all the people who support him. And obviously I had a chance to, stand next to him and taking this beautiful picture. Which was amazing moment. I was standing in a big queue, but I wanted to be there. I wanted to take the picture. And of course, this for me is like, we call like famous person. Well, he's a famous person. He wants to change the world for a better way. We was attending for also for SkyWay Invest Group conference, which was for 3 days. Where I was learning about the business, where Andrei Havrato been, teaching how to build a business, how to talk to the people, also educate about financial world. So there was a lot of topics to cover, and that was the best. To be honest, that was the best summer. I know I didn't went somewhere where it's warm, but that was the best summer whatever experienced. And I put also out the picture, since I am part of the SkyWay Invest Group and Global Transnet UK, I do have more time in a way. But I managed to go on a holiday. It's more than 2 weeks. Most of the people not can afford it, but are allowed. So after the EcoFest, I went to Latvia. So I was meeting and having fun with my friends, with my family, and I was still able to do some work. I still was able to speak with the people in the Latvia, so still building network in there. And yeah, that was amazing summer for me this year. And when I was mentioning about personal development is important. So also my team and myself, we are attending the different events. So yeah. So this is kind of it from my side. I want to make a bit different this webinar. I didn't really maybe cover as much from the technology side. I didn't cover, what is more into that. But I want to talk more about you. What do you want? Do you want to be, I don't know, stand there and look how the opportunities goes, or you want to be part of it? Because today we are looking for leaders. We're looking for people who can help us build a brand. And it's really needed for us because myself, I never done this before in the past last year. So since beginning of this year, I started more present company. So I'm definitely I am right direction, and I love it. I am here. My colleagues are here to help you or your structure. If you have more questions, you are of course more than welcome to Skype me. This is my profile Skype name. Yeah. So that's it from my side. Do you have any questions? So now I'm able to see the questions. Okay. So we've been for an hour talking. Do you have any questions today, or everything is clear? If everything is clear, then I would, yeah, I can finish today's webinar. So, and thanks for the listening. I am, really, really happy you've been here with me, support me, even I didn't listen to you because you're other side. But yeah. So as I mentioned, we have every Monday, 7 o'clock in UK's time, the webinar. Also a reminder for your partners who is in London or you in London, we have a 4th event, and and just follow up in a Skype, follow up in a Facebook, in a LinkedIn, different WhatsApp groups, just follow up. And yes, go back to your person who invited you here, ask him the registration link, register, and also you can follow the News in SkyWay Invest Group webpage. It was my pleasure. Thank you very much. And yeah, I will speak to you next week. And yeah, take care. Have a nice morning, or have a nice evening or afternoon.